This is Doug Canton, candidate for Senator. You may know that I served in the 24th and 25th Legislature. Research and Technology Park? Think Doug Canton. Cardiac Center? Think Doug Canton. Frederickstead Healthcare Inc.? Think Doug Canton. These are just some of the major initiatives involving my leadership and the support of other senators. Of course, there were other initiatives that impacted the quality of life that I was involved in. For instance, the agricultural fairgrounds. My legislation deservedly named the grounds after Mr. Rudolph Schultebrand. Sonny Barnes is known as an advocate for persons with disabilities. My legislation honored him and named the Lorraine Terminal after him. After my legislative service, I initially returned to the private sector. But more important, I focused on family. My daughter just graduated from high school and is heading off to college. My son is in elementary school, and with all that he thinks he knows now, might be going to college tomorrow. As a private citizen, my service in our community continued through civic organizations, youth and environmental activities, videographic documentation of cultural activities, and various other community-focused endeavors. For more than 3 years, I have hosted a radio show focusing on persons and organizations involved in positive initiatives in our community. The future of our children and the coming generations in this community is one of the driving forces to become a part of the legislative solution for our community. Education must evolve to meet the changing landscape of the businesses and job requirements of the future that, in reality, is not just around the corner, it's here now. Even before the hurricanes, the economic base of support for the services needed in the community have been eroded, and legislative initiatives that are questionable at best have only made matters worse. The DRS crisis grows while the legislature is frozen like a deer in the headlights of a car racing toward it. Nonprofits that do so much better than government could in key areas, see no legislative strategy to help them continue in vital areas of service. These things and more require a different legislative approach, a different legislative team approach for a smarter balance in how money is appropriated and supportive legislative policy for our island's results. Personal bickering in the legislature must give way to a unified focus on the problems facing our Virgin Islands. If you have a problem with your legislative colleague, take it outside. It has no business in the people's business. I offer my skills, expertise, and knowledge of the legislative process, tempered and guided by your voices in the community, to do more on a united front for our community. I pledge to keep the community informed and, as necessary, blow the conch shell for community action whenever I see the legislature being own way rather than community way. This is what a vote for Douglas Canton means. This is what you can count on after the campaign. This is who I am, what I've always been about, and continue to be grounded in for our community. This is why you should choose Doug Canton to be on your legislative team.